Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Shaka Hislop with us here in the studio. Jan is here, Jules as well. A lot of reflection, of course, as there always is at the end of the year, and that is certainly reflected in our questions here today. Favourite footballing moment of 2023? Oh, wow. Ooh. That's a big one. Goodness me. Jules?
I would go for the semi-final second leg of the Champions League in Milan between Inter and AC Milan. I've never been to San Siro for either Milan or Inter. I've been there for when France played Italy, so it was my first time, and I just could not. And I've been warned before. People had said, "You will see, this is something else." But I was still blown away by the atmosphere, by the Inter ultras to start with. It was their home game, so there were obviously more of them. But there were still 8,000 of Milan fans on the other curva, on the other side, behind the other goal, and they were so noisy. I mean, the stadium is an old stadium, of course. It was literally shaking, I promise you. And when Lautaro scored and had that celebration in front of the ultra, it was just, the whole night was just incredible. And if you're a football fan and you on your bucket list, you want to come to Europe or go to a European stadium, there's loads who are great, but San Siro really is a special place, especially for a derby.
Thank you very much, Gav. Meanwhile, Jan?
Yeah, I could have said San Siro. I went there when Milan played Salzburg. I agree with Jules' great description, but I have to say, and I know that you will say I go Haaland again, but I know a guy called Alfie Haaland. I played with him since he was a young kid, standing with him at Etihad when this son of his winning the Premier League, doing the celebration, doing all the interviews. I think that was for me personally the greatest moment that I was a part of.
Yeah, mine was. My son went to the final, the Istanbul final, and he's a big Manchester City fan. So that's got to be my favourite footballing moment, because you see him happy, Shaq.
Oh, because you're so selfless, Dan.
Exactly.
And he had a good shirt, Dan. Your son had a good shirt.
He did have a good shirt because a good friend of mine got him a signed Erling Haaland shirt. Oh, what a lovely man.
You're so selfless.
Hey, he's going to keep that in his back pocket for a while. That's going to come and bite me in the butt one day.
You know who's picking up the dinner tab anytime?
Shaka, I'm concerned because you don't really remember what has happened yesterday, let alone in a calendar year.
As you know, I'm Caribbean football through and through, and we don't have I sit here and criticize a lot and complain a lot, but this summer we spoke about the Women's World Cup, how fantastic a tournament that was. Jamaica women found themselves in a group alongside France and Argentina and progressed to the knockout stages, and I thought I thought witnessing a Caribbean team in a group that strong, to have that kind of success, it was pride-filling. I really enjoyed, and it meant a lot to football in the region. As good as this tournament was for women's football, I think the Jamaica women flew the flag for the game, regardless of gender, certainly in the Caribbean islands.
What was the game of the year? Oh my God, you should have been prepped for these lot, dear me. Right, what was the game of the year? Yeah, Jan's face says it all. Jules as well. Shaka can't remember anything.
Go on. Liverpool beat Manchester United 7-0.
That was the game of the year for you?
Yes, that was the game of the year.
Because you don't like Manchester United?
Because I can't remember much else.
Oh, that's fair enough. You take that. Jules, your memory is good.
Yeah, it's good. It's hard, to be fair. I think there were a few, and the Liverpool United that Shaka pick is one of them. For me, the City win against Real Madrid in the second leg at the Etihad in the Champions League semi-final was just something else, really. That I'd never seen Real Madrid of my boy Karim the Dream being so not dominated. Doesn't even make justice to how good City were, especially in the first half. It was just wave after wave after wave. It was the best half I've seen live in a stadium of football in a very long time, if not ever. So for me, that City Real Madrid second leg of the Champions League was the game of the season, of the year.
What about you, Jan?
Yeah, if you see that question, it doesn't have to be a positive one, so it's just be the game of the year that I do remember, very decisive, and I will go Scotland playing here in Norway, in Oslo. That was a decider for us. We were 1-0 up. And then for some reason, our national coach thought it was a good idea to take Erling Haaland off. And Scotland turned it around, winning 2-1. I worked for Scottish TV on that game. Steve Clark coming over, the national coach of Scotland. I say, how pleased were you when they took Erling off? And he said one thing and his face said something else, you know, very diplomatic. But I will remember that game because it was so decisive for us now going into the Euros when every country in Europe is taking part except the Vatican and Norway. So that is my game of the year.
Oh, man. Who wins this year's infamous Muppet of the Year award?
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's just a standard answer, Shaka. Jules?
So I thought hard about this one, and I think, again, there's a few contenders. And it doesn't have to be too negative, because Muppet sounds a little bit, but I think Jose Mourinho for me, what a year, 2023. I mean, he lost the European final, of course, but all the sending off, the whinging, the complaining, I mean, and Mourinho is great at times, the punchlines, we love it, we love interviewing him. He's really, really good at times, but when he's bad, he's really bad. And I think in 2023 especially, I think he was bad. And now Roma are 8th in the table. He's almost begging for the club to give him a new deal because his current deal expires at the end of the season. And I don't think he will be there next season. I don't know where he will go. But yeah, 2023, I felt it was a little bit too much of the bad Jose Mourinho compared to the good Jose Mourinho.
Jan, Muppet of the Year?
For me, Muppet is, for me, the two on the balcony. So the main candidates will be Stephen Nicol and Craig Burley. But I won't go there.
Every year?
Yeah, every year. They are the Muppets of the season. No, I won't go there. I will go to the Kahn family. The Oliver Kahn family. I reported that Oliver Kahn will be fired and then made a big story in Germany. And obviously they had a go at me, the whole family, including his brother, that will never happen. And when he then was fired, that was made a big interview that me and Lothar Matthäus, yes, I can name drop, that is good for me, me and Lothar, we ruined the career of Oliver Kahn. So for me, the brother of Oliver Kahn is a Muppet of the year.
Brilliant. I love that they've been gathering around for Christmas.
Nice.
Having a go at Jan. Good boy, Jan.
No cards from the Kahn family.
Did they ever get in contact with you?
No. They didn't dare to do that. Look how strong I am. I had no chance.
Yes, exactly. Throw a fish in their face.
Been asking me?
Have you got a Muppet?
Yeah.
Go on.
Todd Bowley.
Oh.
Nice. He was on my list as well, Shaka.
That doesn't need much explanation.
Okay, now what was your favourite non-soccer sporting moment of the year? Europe winning the Ryder Cup? That's got to be good. That's got to be up there.
I'm thinking athletics, so there's only one race that really mattered.
What race was that?
Featuring one of our panelists.
Was that this year? Was the fish?
Well, that was this year.
Was that this year?
It was in January, yeah. It was in January.
There you go.
Oh, fantastic.
That filled so many of my days with laughter.
There you go. Perfect. Here it comes then, as a special festive treat. We go back to January, and Jan, in this charity race.
Look, he false started and everything.
Yeah, and now look at the fish. This, of course, has been shown a number of times. Still Shaka. It's at the end where you really did think, is he going to get caught?
Right now, everybody's going, come on, fish!
Come on, fish!
Come on, fish! You got him, fish! Oh, God!
Oh, yes.
Oh, goodness me.
Beautiful. There you go.
Jeez, okay.
Your favourite non-soccer sporting moment of the year, Jules?
So I think I stayed up pretty much all night to watch LeBron James beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's most points scored ever in the NBA. I think that was very special back in February for the Lakers against OKC. And in the same way, as you know how much I love my NBA, to see Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets win their first NBA title was very special. And Jokic, very much a genius of his own, certainly in terms of basketball, because he also sees it just as a job, which is something I quite like. I think Jokic is a very special player, so that was a very special moment.
What do you prefer, NBA or soccer, Jules?
Nah, I'm still a football soccer guy, but the NBA is very close. I love it, and there's something nice when the whole house is quiet, everybody's asleep, and you stay up and you watch an NBA game at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. for us here in London. And then next month I go to Paris for a proper NBA game in my hometown, you know, so it's really cool.
Wow.
Now, I love the NBA.
Very good. For Jules and Jan, what? Jan, did I ask you?
Yeah,
all right, yes, all right. I forgot. Calm down.
I will say that because I'm not a big golf fan, but I see a great athlete when I see one, Victor Hovland. Yeah. Victor Hovland, not only a great player, but also a fantastic ambassador for Norway, for himself, for his family, for his sport. I'm just a pleasant guy to watch. He's a fantastic ambassador, winning some key tournaments this 2023, so he's mine. Thank you for letting me say that.
Who's richer, him or Erling Haaland, Jan?
They will both be behind me, of course, but I think in times will tell. That is a good question. I'm not sure. I haven't asked them.
Can I see your bank account, please? Thank you very much.
How rich are you?
For Jules and Jan, now, Jules has already mentioned this, that horrible game at San Siro. What was your favourite game you watched live in the stadium while doing your press work this calendar year, Jan?
Well, Archie had to go to a wedding in Greece, a big fat Greek wedding. So he had to go there. So I went for ESPN doing Bayern Munich against Leverkusen. First of all, it was a fantastic football game. That was great. But also the way we did that show, we got all the big names, Tuchel, Kane, Alonso, Boniface, they all came to us. Everything worked so good. Everything was live. It was a fantastic football game between the challenger Leverkusen against Bayern Munich. It was just entertaining, and it was a pleasant time to be in Munich working for ESPN.
What's that got to do with a Greek wedding?
Because Archie couldn't do it. Archie, have you heard about Archie, your colleague? He had to go to Greece for a wedding.
I missed the Archie bit.
I thought you said you were going to that wedding.
No, sorry.
There we go,
Archie.
you see.
Archie, sorry.
There we go. There you are. Oh, good. Jules, don't take San Siro again. Have a game with some goals. Oh, no, he's not listening. Jules!
No, what did you... Sorry, I didn't know if you were talking to me. Sorry. What did you say?
Yes. Don't say San Siro. Say something more interesting.
Yeah, so no, I've got another one, to be fair, because Jan mentioned when he watched Erling winning the Premier League. To be fair, the Champions League final was not the greatest of finals, I give you that, but it's always special when you can be at the stadium to watch a Champions League final and to cover it and to be there, to see City winning finally the Champions League, to see Pep Guardiola and what he meant to him and to all the fans was very good. And we are so lucky, Jan and I especially, to go to a lot of games. So we should never forget how lucky and privileged we are to be able to see live those moments in a stadium where millions of people are just watching on television. So for me, of all the year, I said San Siro was great, the City, Real Madrid was amazing too, but the Champions League final, because it's the Champions League final, was also very, very special and amazing.
Were you yawning then, Jan?
No.
Looked like
I was thinking.
What were you thinking? The one game you went to live, let's not mention that.
Yeah,
let's move on from that game. You're not allowed to go to games anymore, that's it.
Oh, boy.
As an engineer, is Shaka going to review his formula for the power rankings? Because the maths isn't maths in.
Yeah, I'm going to have to review that.
Wait, what's maths in? That's
not adding up.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's how the young people talk now.
So the problem was, like your power rankings today, your final ones of 2023, had Girona not in the top 10.
They failed me.
They failed you.
The algorithm failed me, Dan.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to redo it. That's all.
Should Shaka be nominated for the best performance by a lead actor for his ad at the ESPN FC Awards for 2023? There's so much depth you bring to this role, Shaka. It's quite impressive.
I tell you what.
Look at this.
You don't see many people walking in an airport quite like that.
Put your glasses on.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at the brow. How it's.
Yes. Oh no! And now.
And then this.
What, just kicking the ball away?
That was a pass.
So.
There was a guy right there. It was outside the right foot.
Look at it. Oh, then look at it. Oh, yes.
This is the one. This is the one that sealed the Emmy right there.
Yeah.
Look at how the sun just. Oh,
beautiful.
Good directing, good acting, good everything.
But yeah, just wonderful production values there.
Yep.
What were you doing? Just standing in the sea?
I was thinking about the algorithm.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But Shaka, I have to ask, where is Pamela Anderson when you have that movement on the beach there? Pamela Anderson.
There we go. There we are.
I was all right there. No.
For our younger viewers, don't worry about it. That's it.
I'm off that big fat great.
That brings us to the end of today's festive special. Thank you very much,
Bring some
everyone.
flowers next time.
Sorry?
Bring some festive flowers.
I'm not in charge of the flowers. You bring them.
It's your show.
No.
Bring festive flowers.
I just merely stitch it all together, Shaq. I think you led the way with your rankings today. Very good. What happened with Dortmund?